Hello everyone, I got one of these which some of you might be familiar with. It's an everlasting match and it's basically a little survival tool, and it's quite a handy little thing, so I'll demonstrate how it works and get it set up. So it's pretty small, you probably can't get a good scale of it unless I zoom the camera out, but here's it next to a normal clipper lighter, so as you can see it's pretty small in comparison. It's got a little key ring on there if you wanted it on your keys, but for most people you just probably have it in a survival bag. So it works a bit like a lighter, but I wouldn't have this as a replacement to a lighter. I think it'd be a good additional thing to have on you, in a bug out bag or whatever, but sort of I'd still have a normal lighter as well. So basically this thing here is just a canister for it, and then on the side here, how well that will show up on the camera I don't know, you've got, on this side you've got the sort of ferrocium rod, flint type stuff, and that's your striking point. Then this bit here unscrews. See, it's got an O-ring on there, which is, if I can get in frame, really handy because that stops the petrol drying out on the inside, unlike a lot of these type lighters. And you've got this bit here. So what you do is you fill that up with petrol, or part way up with petrol. You don't have to fill it up completely. Then on this little match, that soaks the sort of material there, the cloth type material, and you've got your striking steel there, sort of like one of the striking steel sort of ferrocium rod lighters. And then once that's obviously lit, you strike that. There we go. You see that makes obviously a spark, and once that's lit, that will light. It's almost lit a little bit there, but we haven't got petrol on it yet, so blow that out. I'll fill this up with petrol. You just put like normal lighter fuel fluid in there, and then we'll let it soak for a minute and then we'll test it out. Okay, so I've left that for about a minute to soak through, so now I'm going to take the top off, and hopefully that's got a bit damp. There's sort of petrol at the very bottom of the container, and now we're going to strike this, and there we go, it works like a little match. So these are called everlasting matches, but obviously they don't last forever. That will eventually all burn off, or you'll sort of wear the ferrocium down on there, but for what it is, it's pretty good. Obviously, as I said, I wouldn't use this instead of a lighter, but I think to work on beside a lighter is quite a good idea. And the good thing about the design of this is, even if you've got petrol in there and you put that in with embers on it, because it's an enclosed thing, you're not going to light up all your petrol, because obviously it's airtight like a Zippo, and there won't be any ignition because there's not oxygen in there for it to burn in. So yeah, it's a pretty simple design, not much to say about it really. You could have it on a key ring, have it on a backpack somewhere as a survival tool, and it's good used alongside sort of normal things. You just need a bit of sort of lighter fluid in there to keep it sort of lit. Just zoom out a bit so you can see the sort of how small it is, and sort of, yeah, compared to a normal lighter, obviously doesn't need butane or anything, and the fuel in there should last ages. If you were to completely fill it up to about here with lighter fluid, the O-ring means that you should get very little evaporation out of there, and obviously dipping it in, lighting it, I think I've read that you should get at least about 1,000 strikes out of it, but I guess it depends how long you keep it burning for and how many failed strikes you get at lighting it. But these are only a couple of quid, so they'd be sort of £2 or £3, $2 or $3. You can get them on eBay and Amazon and that, and they're, I think, pretty good for what they are. Just a little handy survival tool.